Hello everyone, my name is Sarah Ritt. I'm an artist and a tarot reader, and this is our weekly collective reading. Okay, so we have a few scattered energies. I'm going to see if I can't piece them apart. Now I am getting one major theme. Here we have Seven of Wands, rods and wands, they're the same. Fire. The message I'm getting is fight for what's right. So there is a feeling of defiance with this energy, standing your ground, standing up for yourself, maybe standing up for others, being vocal. I'm absolutely getting that. Being vocal and actually feeling guided to be vocal is what I'm getting as well. This beautiful third eye purple is standing out to me. So yeah, that's one of the themes that I'm picking up on. There's also this feeling, so this is absolutely valid, and there's a time and a place for this, right? But I also feel like with that, maybe some of us are running the risk of being a little bit too controlling about it. Wanting to be in charge is what I'm getting. So yeah, and actually, that may be what some of us are responding to with this more defiant energy here too. So there is kind of a feeling of fight energy and pushing against energy. And maybe also, and I know that this is an ongoing theme for us collectively, wanting to stand up for what's right and feeling kind of like the institutional injustices, the broader societal ways in which we feel controlled or manipulated or, kept down, marginalized. I feel like maybe some of that's going on here as well. But we may also feel some of this need for control within ourselves as well. It's kind of like it's a fine line between speaking up when you feel most called to and wanting to be the boss of everything around you. And I feel like these are really interesting kind of, it's as if the energies are in conflict with one another. Also, this is earth energy. So with Four of Pentacles being earth energy, it's speaking to that material realm. So wanting to hoard things, wanting to hold on tightly, wanting to control by ways of identifying really specific or solid means of control. I think that's also what I'm getting here. But yeah, also the word ruler is coming through. So this may even be what more of us are pushing against, is people in power or perceived people in power even, so broader societal political stuff. And then also maybe those who are a little bit closer to home for us as well, who are acting controlling or domineering, wanting to push against that as well. So yeah, we have some of that fight energy there. Now there is another cluster of cards off to the side that I'm interested in as well. And the word clarity is coming through. So yeah, and the message I'm receiving there too is getting clear about what we want to fight for. Again, makes sense. So yeah, we have this, again, the intuitive psychic energy of the moon speaking to us. So that kind of clarity that comes from within, that's different from linear intellectual knowing. It's the stuff you feel in your gut, you know, it's the stuff that's in your bones. It's the stuff that just calls you and moves you to speak up or speak out or take some kind of action, from that, again, from that psychic intuitive knowing. And it does. It feels as if our intuition, our nonlinear knowing is heightened in a sense. And I'm also just getting that can be kind of a double-edged sword. Yeah, because we have the moon, again, this beautiful blue. The blues in these cards are really calling me. We have Queen of Pentacles reversed, right? Now, this is Earth, but the way she's turned inward, and again, the way this blue is just really jumping out at me, it almost feels like transcending the material in a sense and really going on our, again, a very different kind of knowing. So it's like it's in relation to the body, it's in relation to the physical and physical sensation, but it's also kind of transcending that. You know, it's information we're picking up from the ether. Again, psychically, intuitively picking up from the ether and getting clear about. So there's that, you know. And here we have cups, which are water, which same element as the moon, right? So again, it's that psychic intuitive element with water. Now, here we have a lot of different things going on. There's a feeling of confusion, but it's turned like this. And I really do feel like we're receiving information. Now, occasionally, this snake is jumping out at me too, which is interesting. I feel as if occasionally we may trick ourselves and we may not be getting it quite right, you know? Maybe it's that we let our imaginations get in the way, as opposed to really using our visual and imaginative powers as a vehicle for true knowing. There's a way to do that too, but it almost feels like this is a really interesting period of time wherein we're mostly really clear, but there's also the possibility for the line to blur, or for, I don't know, for our feelings and our motivations to kind of cross over to that other side wherein things feel a little bit more murky or more illusion and less intuitive reality. I'm really interested to learn more about the symbolism of the snake, because this snake is jumping out at me this time, but what I'm getting from it, and again, this just, it's almost like it feels slippery. It feels as if we're riding this really beautiful wave of knowing, and occasionally maybe we veer off, you know, or maybe we get I don't know, maybe we lose direction, you know, in the momentum of the wave. Or again, it's a fine line. So I don't know, it's like maybe we're dancing on that fine line with what we know, but we're mostly here. We're mostly centered. There's just the possibility of veering off and maybe letting our imagination get the better of us. Yeah, so that's what I'm getting there. It's a very, again, these are just very interesting times. And I feel like there's a lot of potential in that. A lot of potential, a lot of possibility. Fitting that I chose to wear blue, of course, right? I find that happens more and more. I'll wear the color that will start to jump out to my psychic mind. Yeah. So I'm getting the word Nexus, and also just that we're at some kind of really powerful turning point wherein it's almost as if maybe we shake off some of our stodginess. And, I feel almost as if it's that same message, winter turning to spring. We have this very staid fellow here, Knight of Pentacles. Again, earth energy and kind of some of the stodginess of earth. Earth is a really beautiful element, but I do feel like that shadow side it speaks to stagnant energy and stodginess and feeling stuck in the way we imagine things should be. And yeah, so we've got this guy. And then we have Five of Swords. Turning point. Again, so swords are air. And all this beautiful purple. I just feel like we're letting our intuition light the way and turn a corner. That's what I'm getting this time around with this energy. So yeah, shifts in perception too. That's another message. Because swords are air, they speak to our intellect, how we perceive on an intellectual level. But when intuition kicks in, that's a whole other level, right? It's not just the mind anymore. So shifts in perception that affect all of us, all parts of life is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, so we're at some kind of a turning point there. And then we have the Fool. Fool is, the words I'm getting are blindly leaping into the unknown. It's that true energy of unbridled, unplanned, passionate adventure. Now this version of the Fool, he's a little more sober, but even so, he has this this bright orange hat. Now orange is sacral chakra energy. It's our sexuality, it's our creativity, it's our life force. And I do feel like there is kind of a wildness to that even as he looks, I feel like he looks pretty sober, right? I mean, this is a very still deck overall. There's a lot of kind of eerie quiet to it that isn't in your traditional like Rider-Waite. But even so, I feel as if the essence of what the Fool is about is there. And there is this, I feel like it's a, and I'm getting another funny kind of colloquialism, the changing of the guard. So I actually feel like that also goes right back to this, and who's in power right now maybe, and what we're pushing against. This is a very different energy. It's freed up, it's alive, it's impulsive, it's creative, the word I'm getting actually is regenerative. Spring, of course, it's right in tune with spring energy. So again, we're turning some kind of a corner for ourselves wherein we shake off some of the stodginess, right? That hibernatory winter energy. We let our intuition lead, and I don't know, we leap into the unknown. We voice our desires and our needs in maybe, again, more powerful ways, more passionate ways. This feels like a very interesting mix of fire and water. I was going to say, these feel like fiery times. But I also feel like water is right behind that, kind of informing that fiery energy. They're kind of working, I don't know, in tandem. They're working together. So both elements are just so intuitive. And yeah, so again, it feels as if we're drawing on our intuition. And we may occasionally be led astray, right? We may let our imaginations get the better of us. We may think we know something in such a solid way, and then it changes like a slippery snake. I do feel like that's why this little snake is speaking to me, right? So there's some of that going on. And we're willing to fight. Again, it's like we're willing to really fight for our cause, speak up, speak out, challenge people in power, maybe even challenge some of the older stodgy energy within ourselves, that previously just made us feel so stifled or so heavy or so unable to take action. This feels as if we are now moving into a period in which we're able to take action and again, let our intuition lead, let our passion lead. And even if that gets a little bit messy or a little bit crazy, that's okay. You know what I mean? I do, and I am getting that too. It's like we can always come back to center, right? So, yeah, I feel like maybe just to keep that in mind, you can always come back to center, and it's okay if it gets messy. So I'm going to see if there isn't anything else to kind of close out this reading. Yeah, okay. So there will be periods of time wherein we wonder if we did the right thing. That's actually what I'm getting. This is an anxious feeling card, Nine of Swords. It's when our perception is clouded. It's when our brain kind of turns in on itself and gets in the way of being able to enjoy life, And even so, there's this beautiful purple in the background. So it's like sometimes if we veer off course, and this is so relatable to me, we might be really hard on ourselves. We might let our inner critics hold sway or do their thing, gab at us, bring us down. I feel like that's what I'm getting this time around. There may be some temporary regretting of whatever ways in which life gets messy or feels out of hand, or we wish we'd been able to just stay stodgy or controlled or confined. There may be moments wherein our brain interjects, our inner critic interjects, and we feel bad about something. And again, I do feel like even being able to see our inner critic for what it is, right? I have one, you have one. We all have that nagging voice that brings us down. But to see it for what it is gives us a little bit of our power back. To find ways to come back to center absolutely gives us more of our power back. And we have the ability to do that. And again, I do feel like overall, this is just a little piece of the picture. It's just like a potential nagging influence that's a little bit off to the side. And maybe it wants to hold sway, but there's so much more positive, life-affirming energy that I'm seeing here that's calling us forward, And so the more we can trust that, the more we can even be willing to get a little bit messy and a little bit crazy and trust that we are standing up for what we know to be right. Then it'll all work out from there, So, wow, this feels like a very full, chaotic, adventure-packed kind of a reading, and possibly an adventure-packed kind of a week. So I hope that you all enjoy your week. I hope that you all find value in your intuitive knowing and really exploring and embracing that even more, because the time is really ripe for us to embrace that. I do feel like it's the energies of intuitive knowing are heightened in such a way where we're ready, you know? We're ready. We're ready to lead the way. We're ready to lead several new ways forward for ourselves. So anyway, I hope that you all have a wonderful week. And if you like this reading, go ahead and hit the like button. If you have not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing. I'd love to have you on board. And if you want to support the work that I do and this channel from a monetary standpoint, go ahead and check out my Patreon. The link is down below. And I will see you all again soon. Bye for now.